Welcome to Southern Indiana Now, and of course, our episode is all about exploring Southern Indiana. I'm Kelly Trask, and along with our producer Erica Malone, we've got a great show lined up for you today. Again, just a reminder, we always cover 4 areas. We have Hoosier Hustle, Hoosier Homestead, Hoosier Good News, and Hoosier Happenings. Not necessarily in that order. We like to mix it up a little bit. All right, we're having so much fun. Can't wait to bring you this week's episode. Here we go. And we're super happy to have Catherine with us today from Williamson RV, located right here, actually in Southern Indiana in Jackson County in Seymour. We keep dialing it down. But Catherine, I'm so excited to talk with you today. I'm living vicariously all through your RVs and all the different trips. So she is part of our Explore Southern Indiana episode, and who better to know than someone who owns an RV facility? So let's talk about what you do there. I know you have rental and sales, so let's talk about the gamut.
So we actually have the trifecta. So we have sales, service, and rentals. So we can kind of help anybody that's either wanting to get into RVs on the sales side, someone that needs a quick repair done so they can keep going on down the road, or if you just don't know what you want or just don't use it enough, we can also have the rental side with it.
So let's talk about the rental side first. Tell me about the different types of RVs available to rent, and what should someone kind of be their deciding factor on which one works well for them?
Really just comes down to personal choice. So we have everything from a smaller RV that, say, a medium-sized SUV can tow to, we've got a big old 48-foot Class A and our big 42-foot fifth wheels, and then you just got travel trailers in between. So it comes down to how many you want to sleep, what kind of features you want. Do you want to tow it or drive it yourself? What are you comfortable with? Yeah. We also then offer delivery. The joys of being in Southern Indiana, the amount of state parks and private campgrounds that are around, they are just in abundance. So we'll deliver them, set them up, then all you have to do is show up and enjoy it.
That's
or
awesome.
There's other people that pick them up themselves and will go for a weekend trip, or some will go for a couple weeks and go out west and see Yellowstone, or go east and they'll go to Maine and get some lobster, which sounds amazing. But it's really what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm in for that. For sure. Okay, so if I just show up there and I say, Catherine, I want to rent a Class A, am I going to be able to drive this thing?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So Indiana, you do not need a special license, just a driver's license and just some confidence. That's all you need.
All right. Yeah.
We don't make you, though, we just don't hand you the keys and go, good luck. So when you rent one, we usually say take about an hour for when you come to pick it up. And we walk through all the features. We'll talk to you about how to operate it, how to drive it. And then, of course, the joys of cell phones these days, we are only a text away if you got any questions on your trip.
Well, I love it. A few years ago, my sister and I decided to do this. So we rented a 32-foot RV that we drove ourselves, and we just, with no experience, and we just got in and we took off, and we learned as we went. So it was super fun. We had all the kids. We had a great time. But that just goes to show you all the memories you can make. So in Southern Indiana, I know you have some kind of connections to all the different fun places to go and camping close to home or just exploring Southern Indiana. So let's talk about some of your favorite adventures and what people can plan for themselves.
Certainly. So again, the state park system in Indiana is absolutely amazing. You talk to other people in other states and they just don't have the number of parks that we have. So you take Seymour right here. You've got Starve Hollow. We actually are going Labor Day weekend. We go to Hardy Lake because we like to be on the water if we can. You've got Brown County. So you got Brown County State Park. Then you have the entire private campground. So Away a Day in Brown County is actually a relatively new one. It's got 50 amp hookups and full service, which is fantastic. And then you're 5 minutes from Barron County or Nashville. You've got Bill Monroe that has all of their concert options there. And then you can just go literally all over the state. You can go to Santa Claus and you can stay in an RV there, or, whatever you would like. So Charlestown State Park, that's a ton of hiking options then as well. And there's just a ton all over the state.
Especially with Clifty Falls. I mean, there's just so many.
Clifty Falls has got a ton.
Yeah.
And all the activities.
You head down to Harrison County and you have all the parks down that way. Crawford. We could just do that.
Hours of talking about all the campgrounds that are around here. It's absolutely wonderful.
Point. You get it. It's a lot.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about if someone is wanting to buy an RV.
Yes.
Again, there's just so many different types. Tell me about some of the newer ones you're seeing. I love going in these things. They're super fun to tour. Tell me about some of the favorite features that you have.
So we actually have just started with a new brand. Our new line will be Open Range by Highland Ridge. They're actually a subsidiary of Jayco, and they have a fantastic lineup of travel trailers and fifth wheels. So kind of more on the construction side that we really like them. They definitely build what we want to call a medium to higher end unit. They've got a PVC type roof, which is a stronger material, and some vacuum bonded walls, which just make them a really good sturdy build. But then you got to get into the fun stuff. They've got solar panels on them. So those that are wanting to do a little more boondocking or want a little bit more flexibility, you have that option because you got solar. It's not 100% of fully charged, but you've definitely get some more options on that. And then you just get into floor plans. I mean, you get into some of these larger travel trailers that have got multiple ACs and different rooms.
What? How many bedrooms are these things?
Oh, there can be like 2 or 3. Depending.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. It's literally a house on wheels. And that's what's really neat about RVs and what Highland Ridge offers is they've got some smaller travel trailers. They even have smaller fifth wheels, which is really handy with some unique floor plans that can be just a family. It can be just a couple. It's someone that wants to travel by themselves. They get that option. And then we can always go to the large side too. Anything in between and all the fun amenities of that RVs allow.
I love it. Well, make memories. Every memory starts with the trip at Williamson RV, located on Highway 31 in Jackson County. So you can check them out. You can find them online. You can rent. They'll set it up for you. I mean, who doesn't want that? And can you drive it for me too? I don't know. That might be, that's next level.
Right?
That's next level. All right. Well, they have all the levels there at Williamson RV. Check them out.
So I have an awesome house listed at 1675 Devonshire Drive, and that is in the subdivision called Devonshire West. It is 7,500 square feet, has 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, has a beautiful backyard with an in-ground pool, irrigation system. It's a custom-built, one-owner home, and it's just fabulous. So I will be having a broker open house for all the agents in the southern Indiana Tri-County area. It will be next Thursday, May 8th, from 11 to 1. We'll have some lunch out by the pool. We'll have some giveaways. Our sponsors are Certainty Home Inspection Company and Central Credit Union, so they'll be sponsoring the event. So come on out next Thursday, May 8th from 11 to 1. I will, of course, be sending out some flyers and emails, but we would love to have you. And it's a great opportunity to see at home that you may not ever get the opportunity to see because so many upgrades.
And we're back on Southern Indiana now. We know the Derby tradition is typically involved just for the Louisville and the surrounding areas, but we like to have some fun with it too in Southern Indiana. I'm Kelly Trask with you. We're part of Southern Indiana now. Super happy to have Kathi Byrd with us. She's an amazing real estate agent. She really doesn't need an introduction, but if you haven't gotten the chance to meet her yet, here's the time to do that. And of course, you want to know her because she is an amazing real estate agent. So if you're new to Southern Indiana, or maybe you've been here quite a while and you want to know what area do I need to move in, what's happening in and about, whether I'm an investor, maybe I'm trying to expand my family, maybe I'm trying to downsize, whatever. We wanted to make sure Kathi was a part of our show today. So thanks so much, Kathi, for being part of Southern Indiana Now. Yes, and we're of course featuring you in our Hoosier Happenings feature of the show, but you are always on the move, one of those $1 million a month agents. So actually you have a better title than that, but tell me what that is, and just thank you so much for taking your time out today.
Well, thanks for being here. Yes, I've been very blessed to have been successful in the business, but I owe it all to my family, my friends, and referrals. And locally, I sell real estate from Jeffersonville, Indiana, all the way to Columbus. So Jackson, Jennings, Bartholomew, Scott, Clark, Floyd, Brown County. So, yeah.
So your car burns up I-65 and down.
Yours too, I bet, right?
Exactly. Same. It's good to have you because you have such a picture of Southern Indiana and what that snapshot looks like from east to west, north to south, and that kind of just that circle in the middle. So I know as being one of the best real estate agents in the area, you have a fun, special open house coming up.
Yes.
Let's talk about this open house. And it's phenomenal in this home. So if you're listening, this could be for you.
Yes. So I have an awesome house listed at 1675 Devonshire Drive, and that is in the subdivision called Devonshire West. It is 7,500 square feet, has 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, has a beautiful backyard with an in-ground pool, irrigation system. It's a custom-built, one-owner home, and it's just fabulous. So I will be having a broker open house for all the agents in the southern Indiana Tri-County area. It will be next Thursday, May 8th, from 11 to 1. We'll have some lunch out by the pool. We'll have some giveaways. Our sponsors are Certainty Home Inspection Company and Central Credit Union, so they'll be sponsoring the event. So come on out next Thursday, May 8th, from 11 to 1. I will, of course, be sending out some flyers and emails, but we would love to have you. And it's a great opportunity to see at home that you may not ever get the opportunity to see because so many upgrades.
Yeah, so if you know a broker, this is a fantastic open house for you to get connected. And that way you can help serve your clients in partnering them with the home of their dreams. I mean, that does sound like an amazing home.
Yes.
I don't know.
To just have the opportunity to see it.
To
I'm
see a
hoping
house
some
like
agents
that.
will just
Yeah.
stop by and maybe have a client for it.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Well, you never know, right? That's the
right.
business that we're in.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the real estate market in Southern Indiana. We're headed into May now. It is May. I cannot believe it. So let's talk about what the market's looking like. What if someone's thinking about selling their home? What's happening right there?
Yes. Well, the market, obviously the spring market is the best time to sell your home. And we're seeing the market pick up quite a bit in the last, 30 days. Houses are selling. So if you're thinking about selling your home, now's the best time because it does seem like houses average day on the market in our area has really gone down just based
Okay.
on the last few months. So
Yeah.
any price point between like 150 and probably 250, they may be on the market just a week or so.
Oh, wow. All right. So if you're thinking that's you. So Kathi, if someone's listening and they think, I've been thinking about wanting to sell my house, but I don't know where to start. Where do you tell them to start?
Well, that's a good question. I think you start by depersonalizing the home, decluttering, pricing it correctly, and neutralizing. So I think those are the three keys: depersonalize, declutter, and neutralize. And then, of course, pricing it correctly and picking an agent that you feel comfortable with, that you feel can work with you well. And because at the end of the day, you're a team.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. That's why they should give you a call. What's your number?
Yes.
We need to get them connected to you.
So my number is 812-521-9200, and I do work for Schuler, Bauer Real Estate Services, and they have offices here in Seymour. They have an office in New Albany, Corydon, and I think 3 in Kentucky.
So they can find you. That's the point. And then, Kathi, if someone is thinking about maybe they are like, well, I have to move quickly, or do I have to move quickly, or whatever the case is, what are some tips or some things along those lines to help people that if they sell their house super quick and then now what?
Well, I think for sure they would probably want to get pre-approved at a lender, because if they're selling their house and then they're going to turn around and buy something, they want to make sure they know what price range to look in, what payment they're comfortable with. And then, of course, obviously, get to know the area, make sure you price it correctly. It's extremely important, because if a house is on the market for a while, people, look at it and go, oh, wonder why that's not sold yet. So
Yeah, that's true. That's something you can help them with, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, check out the Broker Open House. So if you know a broker, definitely they are invited to this big event happening in Seymour. And Kathi, they can get with you for more information, right?
That's right. And we're going to talk about Derby a little bit.
Yeah, we can totally talk about Derby. There's some big horses coming up, and everybody needs to get their picks
Have
in.
you been to? Did you go to the Derby?
I
or
have
to the?
been to the Derby before. Yes, we had the opportunity to go to 5-0 Tuesday, which is kind of just
It's kinda
kind
new.
of keeps they back up the local day. It just
Right.
keeps getting further back, and then Derby is an annual tradition with some friends, so it's super
cool.
fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about you?
Yes, we went on Wednesday and had
Okay.
a great day. That's why we wore hats today.
Yes.
So yes, it's a great opportunity to get together with family and friends and just have a relaxing day.
Well, it's just a beautiful
The
day.
weather was great.
It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no matter where you look, everybody looks amazing.
No, and the
Yeah.
hats.
The hats. We just can talk about the hats all day long. I think this
Yes.
could be a whole other show.
I know.
I don't know why we're
Hat
not doing
show.
this more often. Really.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
We're going to just dust them off once a year, but
Yeah.
here we go. So Southern Indiana, we like to celebrate all things regionally. And of course, the Derby is part of it. But do check out that Broker Open House that Kathi is hosting. And she, again, is with Schuler Bauer. You can find her online. If you're thinking about listing your home or just want to get some more information about what that looks like for you, what position the market's in, she's definitely someone that has the finger on the pulse on that, and there's no grass growing under her feet or anybody else's over there. So do get connected with Kathi and the team at Schuler Bauer. We'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Join me, Jay Hubbard, weekdays from 6 to 10. Every morning, it's Jay's Morning Wake-Up Call, blending today's greatest country hits with local news, weather, and a couple laughs. Jay's Morning Wake-Up Call on 92.7 WXKU.
So happy to have with us Jeremy Kappell, of course, meteorologist, talking all weather, Southern Indiana. We're launching into May. Jeremy, no, these April showers surely have meant May flowers.
Oh my goodness. Yes, vegetation is exploding, as you know. A lot of people are having a hard time keeping up with their yard work right now. A lot of rainfall. Well, the good news, as they say, April showers do bring May flowers. We're going to have plenty of flowers and other blooming vegetation. But I think a lot of people are really just tired with the rain at this point. I know I am.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we are looking at a big pattern change coming.
All right. Well, let's talk about sunny skies and no rain. That's what I want to hear. I don't know if you can make that happen.
That's the plan. I would love to be able to. I would have brought it about a week or two ago. It's just a little waiting game. We have this upper pattern. It's what we call cut off from the main upper flow, which has already moved into Canada. So this is a slowing of the upper pattern that is more typical of June or July rather than at this stage in May. So what we're seeing is kind of an early onset of summer. And what I would expect is, based on what the models are saying, that these upper lows that are kind of meandering across the region right now, they're going to go away. We'll be replaced by high pressure. High pressure is our friend. That means we're going to be seeing more sunny skies as we head on into the next couple of weeks, particularly here as we head towards 10th through about the 15th day of May. Look absolutely gorgeous across central portions of the Midwest, including southern Indiana.
That is some definite good news. Let's talk about, still we're not out of severe woods weather yet. What are some things we need to keep in mind when it comes to severe weather?
Yeah, absolutely. Always this time of the year you want to keep in mind. And while it looks like we're going to have a nice little lull of large-scale severe weather events, of course, anytime this time of the year, May, June, still high times for severe weather. You just just want to keep in tune of the daily forecast. You want to have ways of becoming aware when severe weather does strike, as we've mentioned on your program before. I always recommend having, of course, your favorite weather app on your phone, but also as a secondary way of receiving warning information. It's great to have like a Midland weather radio for your home. I believe that every home should be equipped with a smoke detector, and every home in the Midwest should be also equipped with a weather radio for the same reason, because there's just a lot of risk. So that's an easy way for you to keep your home and your family safe.
So we can go ahead and put plans out, and fingers crossed for great weather.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be great for the farming community with the ground having an opportunity finally to dry out over the next couple of weeks. So that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people have a lot of parties planned for the end of the month, first part of June. So we'll be excited to talk with you definitely towards the end of the month as we give that June forecast rolling around. So thanks so much, Jeremy, for joining us this morning. And then if there's anything else we need to know, where can they find your documentaries? I know you've done several different weather documentaries, where they can get more information about you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All my information is on kappellweather.com. So Kappell Weather, last name is spelled with a K. That's Kappell. So two P's, two L's. And then you're going to have access to all of my documentaries. You're also going to have access to the latest weather updates. I'll link you to my YouTube account. That's Meteorologist Jeremy Kappell, where you can have latest weather updates. I just finished one, by the way, and it does include the latest information for your May outlook. So find me kappellweather.com. You can find me on YouTube, also Facebook and Instagram.
So I have an awesome house listed at 1675 Devonshire Drive, and that is in the subdivision called Devonshire West. It is 7,500 square feet, has 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, has a beautiful backyard with an in-ground pool, irrigation system. It's a custom-built, one-owner home, and it's just fabulous. So I will be having a broker open house for all the agents in the southern Indiana and Tri-County area. It will be next Thursday, May 8th, from 11 to 1. We'll have some lunch out by the pool. We'll have some giveaways. Our sponsors are Certainty Home Inspection Company and Central Credit Union, so they'll be sponsoring the event. So come on out next Thursday, May 8th from 11 to 1. I will, of course, be sending out some flyers and emails, but we would love to have you. And it's a great opportunity to see a home that you may not ever get the opportunity to see, because so many upgrades.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, hanging out with another Kelly Royer from Girls Inc. Of course, Girls Inc. And let's just talk about what Girls Inc. is, in case someone's not familiar listening to the show. And they have chapters and different organizations all throughout Southern Indiana. So Kelly, tell us a little bit about Girls Inc. and how it empowers young women.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Girls Inc. is a nonprofit organization. We used to be Girls Clubs of America.
Okay.
And then in the 90s, the Boys Clubs of America decided they want to start serving girls as well. So long story short, they bought our name and we switched our name to Girls Inc. There's 75 affiliates across the United States, but here in Southern Indiana, there's Girls Inc. of Jackson County. There's Girls Inc. of Jefferson County, which is in Madison, Girls Inc. of Monroe County in Bloomington, and Girls Inc. of Shelbyville.
Okay.
So yeah,
Nice.
there's several of us in this area.
Yeah, so let's talk about what the program does and how it serves young women all throughout Southern Indiana. What are the age groups and how can kids get involved?
Okay, so we inspire all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. We have 3 program areas that we really focus on, which is strong, smart, and bold. Our strong programming is healthy lifestyle. Our smart is academic achievement, and our bold is healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
And so with these programs, we do all types of different programs from homework help to STEM, science, math, and technology. We do, you name it, we have that type of programming.
Yeah.
We serve girls starting from the age of 5, so kindergarten, through the age of 18.
Okay.
Our programs are age group specific. So we serve 6 to 8-year-olds is one age group, and then 9 to 11, 12 to 14, and 16 to 18.
I love this. So, are you looking for volunteers? How can the community get involved, especially if they have like, wow, I'd love to host this event, or let's help out in this capacity? What's the best way that they can do that, or what are you looking for?
We are looking always for volunteers. We rely heavily on volunteers. On an average day after school, we'll have about 80 plus girls in our center.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Summer camps, about 120 to 130.
Oh, wow.
So we rely heavily on volunteers. So volunteers are always needed. If someone has a passion or a skill that they would like to share, absolutely give us a call. But also people will just like to say, hey, you know what? I've got some extra time. What can I do to help?
Yeah.
So we're always in need of volunteers. We do like for volunteers, if they're adult, we do have them do a background check, obviously.
Obviously.
We need to make sure our girls are safe. But anyone who's has a passion or one has time to help out, we'd love to have them. The best way to do that is to call us directly.
Okay.
Or visit our website.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit about how you got involved with Girls Inc. and spread the passion a little bit about what keeps you motivated.
Okay. So I actually, because I'm old,
I hope not. That makes me older. I think I'm older than you.
I was a girls club member
Okay.
growing up, and so I remember I would go once a week. I'd ride the bus
Yep.
from school to the girls club at the time, and then in high school I started volunteering. I cheered in high school, and the Girls Inc. was looking for someone to come in and teach cheer to the younger members. So I kind of got involved through volunteering, and that kind of led to a passion. So after college, I actually went back to Girls Inc. and I've been there for almost 26 years now.
Wow, what an awesome story. That's super fun. So Kelly, tell us a little bit about some of the other programs. I know I love that you're part of the Who's Your Good News segment. So we definitely want to make sure that we're connecting people with knowing there's a lot of good things happening in and around Southern Indiana. Girls Inc. is one of them. But let's talk about some of the prevention programs that you offer.
Sure. So we offer prevention programs in all the schools throughout Jackson County. We provide a child abuse prevention program and a body safety program to 3rd graders called Kidability, where kids learn to use their voice and what do they do if they are in different types of situations. We do a preventing adolescent pregnancy program. It's an absence-based program in all 7th grades. And we do a substance abuse prevention program to 8th grade. And then we also will do another preventing adolescent pregnancy program to high school students throughout Jackson County. So a lot of times people hear Girls Inc. just serves girls, and that may be true in our centers. But we are also provide prevention programs to both boys and girls throughout Jackson County. And I know Shelby County and Monroe County, they include the boys too. So sometimes that's kind of a misconception or something that people don't realize is that, oh, you know what, they are serving boys as well.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. And let's talk about one of your favorite success stories. You've been doing this for a long time. I know you mentioned that. So
I have
what's
been.
like one of those stories that you just love to share?
Okay. So one of the things that Girls Inc. focuses on is mentoring relationships. And with our mentor relationships, this is when it can be with a volunteer and a girl develop that relationship. But a lot of times it's staff. We're the ones that are with the girls the most, and we develop these relationships. And we have a young woman who is in her 30s, and we are still her go-to people. She will stop by and see us when she needs advice. She will stop by and see us when really big things are happening in her life. They recently had a baby, and the baby came in and saw us. So even though someone's been out of the program for close to 20 years, we're still a part of their life. And that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the stories that mean the most to me, just because you see that impact just isn't while they're in your doors. It's lasting a lifetime.
If you'd like to get connected with Girls Inc. Kelly, what is the best number they can reach you or find out more information?
Sure. The best way is to call us, and that's 812-522-2798.
Okay.
Or our website is just www.girlsincjackson.org.
All right, fantastic. Well, you can definitely connect with them or any other Girls Inc. program in Southern Indiana. And a reminder, you can find Southern Indiana Now, all the places where the show is available. Of course, our website, southernindiananow.com, YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, so much more. You can stay connected with all things happening in and around Southern Indiana. See you next week on Southern Indiana Now.